I think you see the title of the video. I set it on Nishiyama's defense. Sounds like chess opening, but it has two meanings. One, Nishiyama is defending her title of Ladies Ou, and she will play a defensive strategy. Let's see how it goes. And by the way, there are many variations in the game, but most of the variations I will mention in the post-game discussion, so after we watch the whole Kifu, because there's a lot of variation and it's better to see the whole thing first. Stay until the end to get the best comments. So the game was played on 22nd of May in Tokyo, Shogi Hall. The game started at 10 o'clock, thinking time 3 hours and 1 minute Byomi. So far, Nishiyama got 2 wins, Satomi got 1 win, and if Nishiyama would win this game, she would defend her title. So this is the game room before. You can see Fuji Takeshi-sensei, he's the one responsible of taking care that everything is going well with the game. Here you can see Moriuchi-sensei. And this is Suzuki Kana, a ladies professional. We watched one of her games. She's taking the record of the game. And you can see that Satomi challenger, she came to the room first, then the Nishiyama-san came, and this is how it looked before the game. Because it's title match, Furigoma was only made in the first game. This time Satomi was Sente. Satomi-san is famous for being free Ibisha player, but she already showed us some Ibisha in the second game of this series. Let's see what she played today. She opened the bishop, and you can see that again she chose to play the Ibisha strategy. Onto which Nishiyama, Ladies Ou, moved her rook on the third file, playing third file rook. Of course you wanna block the rook by pushing this pawn, forcing the bishop moving up, and here Sente is going for castling. Gote already chose the Mino Gakoi, and this pawn is very important, showing intentions for attack, which Gote defends, edge pawn, allowing escape route, and here we can already see that Sente is going for quick attack. The game is very similar to the second match of series. The difference is that instead of this move, 18 move silver up, Gote actually played king up. And in that game they played much slower game. Gote made diamond Mino, Sente made Yonenaga's king, so the king went here and there was like this Mino shape. But this game seems to be much faster and much crazier opening than before. So the meaning of this pawn is that Sente can start attack at any time, and the idea for the attack is if Gote would take this pawn, then the rook is able to sabaki, right? It will be able to promote next. So naturally, after this pawn being pushed, Gote will allow the 4-4 pawn being taken. So just the pawn attack doesn't do much, therefore you wanna add more pieces. So the knight is one of the most natural responses. The king goes to castle, and here immediately Satomi-san attacked. I also read some comments that there are many ways to attack. I've seen some games where the silver went here and the rook, this pawn was exchanged. I've read some comments that this pawn and this pawn can be pushed one after another, but Satomi-san chose the simple 4-5 pawn. It is worth mentioning that Gote actually wasted one move compared to usual Shikenbisha. The rook went from the 3-2 square back to 4-2 square over here, right? One of the professionals commented that usually you wanna move the gold here, but maybe in this case, because there is one move difference already, you have to move the gold here and defend the second file. Sente decided to attack, so she needs to continue attacking, because next maybe Gote will be able to take this pawn, because the gold is here defending, so she has to take the 4-4 pawn. And here actually there were already 3 games with this position. All of them were silver takes. And here Nishiyama, Ladies Ou, shows us something new, which is the bishop takes. One of the natural moves is to take the bishop, but instead Satomi-san decided to block it. 5-out pawn, and naturally Gote attacks it immediately. Sente would be able to take it, but before that she decides to throw away this pawn. As you know, it's very important to push this at the right timing. Satomi-san decided it is now, and after that she took the 5-4 pawn, allowing you to see again some bishop exchanges. But here Nishiyama-san took it, and the rook runs. Bishop exchange happens, and here, if you are a beginner, never take this bishop with king, because there is this fork, very painful fork. So yeah, Sente is forced to make silver wall. There are many ways to attack here. You could think of this kind of attack here. The only way is, silver takes. And you could promote the rook, but this way of taking the knight and promoting the rook is very good for Sente. It gains 3 things at the same time, promotes the rook, attacks the gold, and gains 1 piece, right? It is something that Sente really wants and Gote cannot allow. Therefore, she defends that with a pawn first. And if you would move the rook back, it's not interesting, so Satomi-san took the 3-4 pawn, next attacking the silver and leaving some aji, some feeling for the future to take the gold. So I will explain to you the pluses and minuses. Plus for Sente is that her rook is attacking very actively, the knight is developed, and generally all the pieces are in very low position. The minus is that this silver is a wall for the king. 5 square pawn is exchanged, and it's hard to tell if it's good for Sente or bad. Gote has some moves like this pawn drop. Then good thing for Gote is that it's balanced. This gold is defending pretty well, like the second file over here. But same time it's a little bit far from the king. So it's balanced, but the defense is kinda weaker. And as you can see, the initiative now looks like it's Sente's, right? Actually, this position is still equal. It all will be decided few moves from now on. Before doing something about this position, Nishiyama-san dropped this pawn, forcing it to be taken. Why? Because if silver goes back, there is this pawn drop. If silver goes up, again there is this pawn drop over here. So yeah, Sente is forced to take it, and here Nishiyama-san defends. I have here interesting variation from Fujitakeshi sensei, and he showed gold takes, rook sacrifice, silver takes, silver goes back, rook goes down, bishop drop, knight jump, taking the rook, taking rook drop, taking some kind of skewer, and if gold would run away, then this defense would be effective for Sente. Escaping and then moving back, both pieces became free. So this is, one of the variations they discussed. So silver takes it. It's a very useful Tesuji, by the way. If you play a 4-5 rook, you should remember this kind of pawn drop. It seems like you cannot do nothing, but 1 pawn drop changes everything. So silver takes, and here defend 1 more move. The problem is it blocks the rook, but same time Gote gets the initiative, so after rook moves back, there's this nice bishop drop. Usually we say that rook is little better than bishop, but in this case you really don't want this knight to be taken, and this move is too good to be true. Escaping while threatening something, the rook was taken, and here 4-4 silver. Of course you don't wanna have this knight taken, so Satomi-san defended it. But as you can see, it's Gote's turn to move. Nishiyama-san drops this rook. It's hard to say that she has lead here, but let's say that more of her pieces are active, right? This rook threatens the king directly, while Sente has only the knight. Satomi-san dropped the pawn and forced Gote to drop this very important pawn, right? She cannot use it for the attack anymore. And here Satomi-san decided to go for the edge. So the proverb is, if you have 3 pawns in the hand, you can attack the edge. 9-5 pawn, pawn takes, 9-3 pawn, and lance takes. Other pieces would be pretty bad. King would be this kind of fork, and knight would be natural pawn drop. So the only possibility is lance takes. And here Satomi-san dropped her pawn, which was her main idea for the attack. If she gets the knight, she will be able to use it on the edge. For example, let's say like this. This was her idea. So if you're a beginner, it's very important to look over the whole board. If you would try to concentrate on the edge, it might be not as successful when, for example, you could drop the pawn here, gain 1 more piece, and have more successful attack with the right piece, right? And here, unfortunately, the plan didn't go as Satomi-san intended, because instead of escaping, Nishiyama-san took this knight first. Satomi-san had to retake it, and here the crucial piece for Sente's attack escapes. Satomi-san, she still has to continue attacking, so she drops this nice bishop. After which the knight roams free, the silver has to defend this knight promotion, and here Gote takes this nice lance. And this was pretty interesting move, I thought. It looks like Sente is attacking. If this lance would be taken, maybe Sente could take this knight and use it for attack. Maybe something like this. So it would be very good attack for Sente. So it was crucial for Gote to answer this lance move properly. And instead of going for something quick, something scary, Nishiyama Ladies O, calm down, and drops this simple, kinda obvious but not obvious pawn. So now yeah, if you would take it, then drop the pawn, the attack would be much slower, right? There wouldn't be any knight drop. I don't know what happens if you do this. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there is a way to defend it, yeah. So there is no immediate attack for Sente, unlike taking it and allowing this dropping space. So it's like these tiny, teeny techniques that are very beautiful in this game. Satomi-san, she launches her last definite attack, and she starts with the 4-3 pawn. The gold takes it, and this knight is taken for free. And this lance drop was pretty good. Usually you don't wanna drop like useless pieces. If this lance wasn't here, what Sente can do is, for example, now that she has the knight, right? If there would be a pass, she would be able to drop this kind of knight, forcing near checkmate situation. And here there would be the fork on the dragon and king, right? If that would be kind of defended, she could also attack this line. So this lance protects those two variations, plus attacks the bishop and attacks the king indirectly. So it's a very good move from Nishiyama. I really liked it. It looks useless, but actually it's pretty good. Satomi-san has to escape. She moves to 5-5 square, unfortunately now blocked, but still attacking the rook. The rook escapes, attacking the silver. There is this nice bishop drop, protecting and attacking at the same time. Dragon escapes, still attacking the bishop. It's very funny exchange. And the bishop escapes, attacking the gold, but this is not the crucial piece, so Gote has some breath to keep on attacking. And she does it by attacking while defending, dropping the 4-4 pawn. So actually the professionals already agreed that around this position Gote started to be advantageous, and here Sente made the last mistake. Instead of going 3-4, she moved the silver back to 5-6, allowing Gote's definite attack. So you can also notice that this lance is attacking piece. This attack didn't go well for Sente, and the king is very safe, right? The bishop looks here, but it's blocked by many pieces, while the dragon is kind of attacking. And you see that after the 5-4 gold, bishop escapes, and this move was the crucial, decisive move, attacking the silver and activating the important dragon. If Sente would play passively here, it would be the end. So Satomi-san decided to try attack, and she dropped the 8-5 knight. The silver was taken for free. Lance was taken, knight takes 6 for lance. And here I really liked was the knight jump. It looks like it opens the path for lance. Like if Sente would have the bishop, it would be checkmate position. But as you can notice, both bishops are already on the board, wielded by Sente, so there is no way she would get them in hand. So this knight jump is relatively safe, as opposed to this knight being taken and some knight jumps. So it's pretty safe, and it's attacking the bishop perfectly here. It's a very beautiful move from Nishiyama. Satomi-san drops the silver to fork those two pieces, but here Nishiyama-san goes for 5-5 knight. It is basically attack with numbers. We have 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. So Gote has control over this square right now. Sente has to defend, lance drop, dropping the last piece in the hand, and then attacking the crucial piece. It's pretty good to watch this game for beginners again. You learn how to attack the king. So you don't attack here, you attack the defending pieces, and this gold is the defending piece protecting the 6-7 square. Satomi-san tries to block the rook, but the rook escapes, making this bishop even more useless. And Satomi-san tries to take this 5-5 knight, which is also a crucial piece, but the gold is taken first, and after the knight is taken, taking the last defensive piece ends up the game, and here Satomi-san resigned. And by this win, the third win, Nishiyama Ladies Ou defended her title. The reason why she resigned, if the king takes, well, attack with the numbers. If the gold takes, there is this sume variation actually. Maybe like this. After the game, players still full of thoughts, thinking about the game, what to say. And after a moment, Satomi-san smiles, Nishiyama-san smiles. All the tension is gone, the game is finished. Post-game discussion continued. It is hard to understand this game because they are top players and they played many difficult moves. So it's good to listen to the post-game discussion because you can understand the process behind their thinking and behind their choices. This move that was not played before, turned out that Nishiyama Ladies Ou, she wanted to play this move. She trained this move on training sessions and she prepared variations very deeply. Next comment was, instead of 5-5 pawn which was played, what about taking it here? They showed this variation here. Pawn, attacking the silver, takes, attacking the gold, protecting, allowing rook exchange, not accepting, and bishop drop here was one example. And in this variation apparently Gote wouldn't be as confident and Sente should consider this variation as one of the options. And here Nishiyama-san played the 4-4 silver, but you can notice that there is maybe also this kind of move possible. What Nishiyama-san was afraid that after the pawn drop, silver goes back, there is this nice bishop drop. So she was afraid of this line. And this is why she played the 4-4 silver. And here is a very interesting comment from Fuji-sensei. Actually, there is the possibility of drop the pawn to 5-4 immediately. If silver takes, you can make the talking, so you don't lose material here. And if you drop the pawn and you drop the pawn here, it's the exactly same position as in the game. You don't drop this pawn. There is this very cold sacrifice here. When pawn takes, it seems like there is no attack because the silver is here. You have this 4-5 pawn drop. And if silver takes, we are back to the previous position. It's good for center, right? There is also continuation for that. 4-6 pawn. Takes, taking the rook. Gold takes. Looks like Sente isn't doing well, but there is this fork here. So this was the proposition from Fuji Takeshi-sensei. One of the most interesting variations, we saw the edge attack, and it seems like it didn't go well. And actually there is a reason for that. So, in Shogi it's very important for you to drop the right moves at the right time. And in this position it was crucial to drop the 2-2 pawn before the 9-3 pawn. And why is that? So if gold takes, then you drop the pawn. And if the lance takes, drop the bishop, attacking the rook. Pawn push, bishop takes, rook escapes, promotion, pawn takes, knight promotion, rook runs, 6-6 bishop, 5-7 pawn, and goes move back. And this would be tough, it would be painful for Gote. The silver is under attack, the knight was achieved sabaki, and even though the Gote would promote both of the rooks, there is no immediate attack, right? If you had one more piece you could distract the position, but it's maybe not enough. So this was one meaning of the 2-2 pawn if it was taken. What happens if she takes it without the 9-3 pawn? Actually Satomi's plan was to take the knight, the silver takes, rook takes, knight drop. So if it's taken, there is this fork, so not good for Gote. So she has to go, not here, because this is checkmate, to go to the edge. And here is the crucial difference. So the answer is, because the lance was here, you couldn't do this. So now we can make a check, which is very painful for Gote. This kind of mistake is called tenjun zengo in Japanese. Basically translates to the wrong order of moves. So you would think that there is no difference between dropping the 9-3 pawn and dropping the 2-2 pawn, but actually there was. Because of the lance position, everything changes. Because of the lance position, Gote could take the knight, and the knight could escape. And the Sente couldn't take this knight in this position, so it was very crucial to drop the 2-2 pawn first. There are 2 comments left. Move 61. Here Nishiyama pointed out that there was this pawn drop maybe, and the target is to drop the bishop, king takes the pawn, silver drop, and next going for this kind of hishi position. But what was the defense for that? Maybe after pawn drop, king takes 7-7 knight, and here you defend the edge forcefully by pushing 8-4 pawn. Move 7-7, silver went back, and before Szczepan pointed out that move, 3-4 silver. And there are 2 variations, 5-4 gold, bishop moving back to 3-7, 6-5 gold, silver promotion, rook going back, silver going for the rook, 7-6 gold. This was playable for Gote. What she's threatening next is the promotion, take, king takes, and you can take this gold for free. And what Satomi didn't like, she also didn't know what to do exactly after gold takes. That's all the comments from the post-game discussion. So what I learned from this game, I didn't see this quick attack in a long time. I knew it existed, but we probably rarely see this kind of defense, so it was very nice to learn from that. I also like the variation that Fuji-sensei showed, the 5-4 pawn here. It's the weak point of Gote, so it's good to know there is this nice way to go for this exchange. And I really learned that you should be careful about the order of moves, like dropping the pawn to 2 first. Really small difference in Shogi, it's a big difference in the end, so I should be also careful about it in my own games, right? And of course, I like the way Nishiyama, Ladies O, attacked, so the lance drop and slowly going for the silver here. Attacking the crucial pieces, and especially, this knight jump, it was beautiful. All the pieces, there is no piece of Gote that is not active, right? The lance attacking, the dragons attacking. Okay, maybe the gold is a little bit off, the lance obviously is in the corner, but this rook is doing pretty well in the defense. All the pieces joined the attack few moves after, right? It was very beautiful way of deciding the game and defending her title. This is the Nishiyama-san. Very happy after defending the title. Thank you guys for coming today. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next week.